Alright, it is Monday, August 20th, 2018 at 2:29 p.m. Let's take a look at some news. Alright, Arizona homemade plane crash leaves 2 dead, officials say. 2 people were killed Saturday when their homemade plane crashed in Arizona, officials said. Glenn Tenniswood, 68, and Ron Walker, 78, were flying their experimental air camper when it crashed southeast of Montezuma Castle National Park, located about 5 miles from Camp Verde, the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office said Sunday. Family members told police Tenniswood, the pilot, was taking Walker on a short flight around the area. Family members contacted police after they failed to reach the duo for several hours. The plane was located around 8:30 p.m. after authorities tracked it using a cell phone belonging to one of the men. It is unclear how long the plane was in the air or what caused the crash. Air campers are home-built. The plans and wood for the craft are available online, but the buyer has to obtain the hardware, engine, and covering separately. Tenniswood's air camper was a fixed-wing, single-engine plane. Records show he had 2 air camper-style planes, AZ Central reported. Alright, so they were able to find where the crash site was by the phone, so at least they were able to be found. Alright. Next, Australia's drought. New South Wales town mopped by thirsty emus. Large numbers of emus have been flocking to an outback mining town in New South Wales as Australia continues to struggle with extreme drought. The flightless birds are desperately searching for food and water in Broken Hill, local animal rescue services said. They're actually walking down our main street. We're seeing mobs of them, wildlife worker Emma Singleton said. Separately, the Australian Prime Minister has announced extra aid for farmers hit by the drought. I want to say to our farmers, we have your back, Malcolm Turnbull told reporters as he announced a $1.8 billion increase in funds to help deal with extreme aridity in New South Wales. Australia's most populous state, which produces about a quarter of the country's agricultural output, was officially declared entirely in drought on August 8th. In Broken Hill, 580 miles west of Sydney, groups of emus have been seen running laps of the main street, eating gardens, and gate-crashing football matches, ABC News reports. Ms. Singleton, who works for the rescue and rehabilitation of Australian native animals, said, "We have had 14 on a sporting oval. We've been out there for weeks, and the locals in the area are giving them food and water." Alright, so at least the locals are helping them and giving them food and water and in this drought time. Alright. Severe weather moves east with damaging winds, flash flooding. A large storm system responsible for 7 tornadoes and over 5 inches of rain in the plains over the weekend is bringing more severe weather and flash flooding as it moves east. The storm stretches from Minnesota all the way down to Texas. Fast flood watches are issued for Wisconsin all the way to the Gulf Coast. As the storm moves east Monday afternoon and evening, severe weather will break out into the mid-Mississippi Valley from Mississippi to Illinois, with damaging winds, hail, and isolated tornado, with flash flooding is also possible. By Tuesday, the storm system will move east and the severe weather will come with it, with cities like Washington, D.C., Pittsburgh, and Erie, Pennsylvania. In the path of the strongest storms, the biggest threat will be damaging winds and hail, but it is an isolated tornado can't be ruled out. Flash flooding is also possible. Rainfall totals will be locally heavy, with pockets possible receiving more than 4 inches of rain in a short period of time, which can cause flash flooding. So here's heavy rainfall Monday through Wednesday through the south and east. Alright. Flash flood watch. Alright. And from space.com, wild scientists are watching baby turtles from space. Thanks to technology that cosmonauts are installing on the International Space Station, scientists will get an extraterrestrial view of baby turtles and other wildlife. On Spacewalk Wednesday, Two cosmonauts are attaching an antenna to the space station as part of a cutting-edge animal tracking system for the International Corporation for Animal Research using Space Icarus. Within this initiative, biodiversity researchers at the Max Planck Yale Center for Biodiversity Movement and Global Change will be able to monitor animals such as fruit bats, baby turtles, parrots, and songbirds from space, according to the statement from Yale. The project is a collaboration between Russia and German space agencies. This is not the first time that animals have been tracked from space. Previously, space-based instruments have helped track animals' migration, even show how species respond to seasonal or climate changes. With these new efforts, however, researchers will be able to see not only where the animal is, but what the animal is doing. Chief strategist of the Icarus Initiative, director of the Max Planck Institute for Ornithology, and co-director of the MPYC said in the statement. This does not mean the researchers will be able to see exactly what every single baby turtle or songbird eats, makes a sound, or takes a step, but researchers will get a much more detailed picture of how these populations are behaving. To get this exceptional data, transmitters attached to animals in the field will send a data packet of 223 bytes up to the antenna of the space station. Data packets will be sent up for about 4 times per day, or every time a transmitter enters the space station beam, the researchers explained in the statement. After it is received on the space station, the data will be sent to researchers on the ground. The transmitters will send data on everything from individual animals, acceleration, their alignment to the Earth's magnetic field, and specific and moment-to-moment conditions, like ambient temperature, air pressure, and humidity. According to the statement, by early 2019, the team hopes to have 1,000 of these transmitters out on the field, and the researchers hope to ultimately grow the number to 100,000 by early 2019. Researchers will be able to start analyzing the data collected. In the past, tracking studies have been limited to at best few dozen simultaneous followed individuals, and the tags were large and readabouts costly, professor of ecology said at Yale. In terms of scale and cost, I expect Icarus to exceed what has existed to date by at least an order of magnitude, and someday potentially several orders. This new tracking system has the potential to transform multiple fields of study. Alright, so they're going to be tracking animals that are tagged, and this will be sending signals to the space station, and they're going to study that. Alright, that's quite interesting. Hopefully they get a lot of data and a lot of scientific research is accomplished to this. Alright, guys, thanks for stopping by. You guys stay safe.